In today's video, we're going to dive into the fleet, do a little work on the C55, show you guys a new tire setup I'm running on it, and swap out the spacers. After a quick rip in the C55, we'll come back, check out the fuel system work that I've been doing on the W211 E55 project, as well as get you guys up to date with the rest of the fleet. And that said, welcome back to Channel Anderson, where we build Benz's different.
Anderson.
What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to Channel Anderson, and welcome to a little update video. It's been so long, I feel bad. Just been working on projects and waiting on parts and things have been taking longer than I expected, and because of that, there's been no videos for you guys. So we do have a few little jobs that I'm gonna tackle right now and just get you guys up to speed with what's been going on. One of which, and while I'm wearing safety glasses, I just chopped down a tree that we had chopped down previously from over here. I had some remnants that were left over in the winter, had to get rid of so I can get the ML55 over to our little corridor in this section. The C55 is going to be the focal point right now. We just threw a new tire setup on it. Shout out to First Thing Mobile Tire. They always do amazing work and has always called them up when I need. So Dunlop Sport Max 050s. These were $300 for the set on Walmart.com. They are a new old stock, so they are a 2022 date code, but brand new. They felt good. They haven't hardened up at all, so I figured it was worth a shot for, you know, a cheap 280 treadwear tire. We had previously been rocking the Accelera 651 Sports, which are a 200 treadwear tire, and honestly, they lasted great. They just started to have some cracking in the rears, but when I took them off, I was like, man, these are better than I expected. I ended up selling them literally in 24 hours for $200. So yeah, kind of evened out with swapping out the tires. But what I want to try right now, I've been running 20 mil spacers up front for a long time, and I think after measuring some stuff that I can get away with going to a 15, because I've never liked the poke necessarily on this. It's just I like running the square 18x9s. And these are 255 35 tire square as well. The wheels themselves are ET30 with the spacers, basically an ET10, and then in the back I run a 10 mil spacer, so ET20 essentially. So if I can get this to an ET15 with the 15 mil spacer versus a 20, I'll be happy with that, and it'll tuck things in a little bit and just a little less spacer, never hurt anybody. So zip these off real quick, test fit at least one side, see if we got clearance. And if you caught the last video on this thing, we're kind of trying to take it back a little more to like OEM Plus vibes and get rid of some of the aggressive tactics of it, make it more streetable, more comfortable. Not too much, but we did put the mirrors on, and if you saw that episode, this blinker was not working, and now we have fully understood why it's taking on water. So that's why that one had died. It's super cheap, so I'll get another set of those probably and just throw them in. But aside from that, this thing is good. The last little piece that I need to grab is the new OEM lower carpet for the fronts, because when I did my old hackery of sawing off all the foam on those things to get rid of the weight, they just don't fit well anymore. So speaking of fitment, let's try this little wheel debacle out and see if we can get those 15 mils to work. All right, guys, and on these, on the front style, they're supposed to be capped. Because of the wheel combo that I have, I can't run the cap. So I had to basically cut it off. So that's what I'm gonna do with these ones as well. And then hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get these things to fit up. It is definitely dirty back here. I need to scrub all this stuff up, but that's besides the point for now. Let me go chop these off. Got that one cut down. Let's go ahead, test fit this, see if it looks like it's gonna work. That's the brakes dragging. Oh man, it's real close. All right, you guys are gonna be my eyes and ears here. Let's see. All right, well, according to that view, I think we are good. Again, suspension is not going to move. This is all, you know, stationary, works together. So if it clears when it's static, then it'll clear when things are moving. I am much happier with this. See once it gets on the ground, but even that helps out a ton with the poke. I mean, it doesn't look much right now because it's up in the air, but I think once it settles, this will kind of camber in a little bit more. Let's get both sides done and see how it looks. All right, well, it's still, you know, obviously gonna be a little bit poke, going to change by 5 millimeters, but I think it's better. I would like to go lower in the front, but to be honest, guys, the roads up here are so bad that I don't know if it's really worthwhile to do, to be honest. But yeah, I think it'll make a nice little subtle difference. It's worth it. A little less spacer. If we can get away with it, I'll take it. So let's swap over to this side and then get this thing fired up. Torque cam. All right, guys, get ready to fire this thing up. Update again on our new lightweight battery solution. This thing, you can see holding 90% charge. I haven't started this thing up for like 3 weeks. It snowed, it's been super cold, and it still holds charge. So awesome. The power of leaving one cable off your battery while it sits definitely helps hold the charge. But this thing, even with that, I mean, I've had batteries go flat that are sitting like this even when not connected. So pretty cool to see this thing's holding up good, keeping our lightweight dreams alive. But yeah, let's go ahead, hook this thing up, crank it over. All right, before we do, give things a once over in engine bay, since like I said, it's been forever since we've been in here. Let's go ahead and check our oil off our custom dipstick, making sure we still got the good blue VR1 in there. It's definitely dirtiest time to change this, but we got oil, so that's good. It's looking maybe a tad low, but it's also just sitting at the bottom of the pan right now. So let's fire this thing up. All right, we'll fire right up. Sounds good. No tick from letting it sit for a little while, so that's always a plus. We definitely got to clean up this engine bay. It's nasty in here, so I'm gonna try to wipe things down a little bit, and once it's warm and take it out for a little drive, then I can spray it off. Never ceases to amaze me what a little bit of turtle wax polishing compound will do for the headlights. Literally just like 2 quick hand buffs of both headlights, and I mean, you guys saw them just before in the clips. Definitely cleans them up. I did a little bit of wipe down in the engine bay, nothing crazy. We'll need to actually like suds this thing up and pressure wash it at some point, but for now, got rid of a lot of the nastiness. So let's take this thing for a spin and come back and debrief a little bit, tell you guys what's been going on with the E55 and the other cars. All right, guys, you're sitting a bit sideways. Oi. And not on the tripod again. Well, on the tripod again, sorry. I need to find my little phone mount for the windshield, but there we go. All right, brake's not super sticky, that's good. All right, feels like we got clearance at full lock. And my Austin Powers driveway. And I have a big giant speed bump in my driveway right now because of it, but luckily C55 is pretty much at stock height, so no worries. again, why I just don't want to go too low in Washington. You just never know, man. You run into some really, really bad roads sometimes. All right, well, off the bat, you can definitely feel like we've got fresh shoes on the car. Tires feel much more soft. The acceleras, like I said, they had a ton of tread left, but they were super hardened as far as the rubber goes. 200 tread wears that I let sit outside way too much. It just didn't drive enough. That's the other part. Oh, I love this car. I just had to do a lot of work to get it. Even just, I had to cut the tree down that was sitting there. I had to play car shuffle. I wanted to swap our spacers, but it's just because I need and want to get this thing back in rotation, like I just talked about in the last video. And getting the tires on, I was waiting for that. We got that done this past week. There's just a few other little jobs I want to take care of on it. We need to do just regular maintenance, oil change. And aside from that, it's kind of ready for the next set of mods. Oh, sounds good. The tires already felt like they were catching a little grip too. Sorry, you guys are wobbling all over the place. Yeah, we gotta put this thing back in rotation. Gotta get this thing cleaned up. Like I said, I just need these dang carpets in the front. I just haven't had time to go to a pick and pull, and I've always been like kind of hit or miss on the 203s I do see in the yard of if they look clean enough to go, you know, spend my time trying to find the carpets in them. I did find a set on eBay, but they wanted like 80 bucks each for them. I was just like, I'm not paying 80 bucks each for used front carpet foam. Yeah, I can tell this thing's happy. This thing's happy. With the mirrors back on, with the tires, I can tell she wants to go. As far as AMGs go, at least. Before this was my 202 C230 compressor, and then after that we had a late model, well, I guess not a late model, like mid before facelift 203 C230 compressor with the M271, which doesn't have a great cult following, and I'm glad I didn't keep it for long, but it was good while I had it. It was super low miles, like a cherry mint car that some grandma owned in like Minnesota, only put like 50,000 miles on it. I bought it for like, I think 6,500 bucks at a used car dealership. Drove it California back and forth like I think 1 or 2 times. Bunch of road trips in it. It was a great car. But around the time I think I hit 70 so or 80,000 miles is when I saw this thing at a dealership down in Tacoma, and I did every negotiation tactic possible to get them to take that old C230 compressor and a straight across trade for this car that I think at the time had like 124,000 miles or something like that, and they had it listed for about $8 grand took me about a month of haggling back and forth. For those that are new to the channel, for OGs, you guys have heard this story a few times, but yeah, took about a month of haggling back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, for the owner of the dealership to finally call me up one day and was like, "Do you want this damn car?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's what I've been telling you. Nobody's gonna buy it because it's a older AMG with not much history and yada yada yada." And he was like, "All right, come get it. Like, you gotta be here in 45 minutes. We're closing soon." I was like, "All right, I'm on my way." I booked it off of work from Bellevue all the way to Tacoma, and barely made it there in time. On the way back home, it greeted me as a new owner with 2 blown out rear tires. And I looked everywhere on the car. I inspected the thing like crazy, and the showroom was just a little bit dark, and I just missed some spots on the inside areas of the back tires. And I was on the Tacoma Bridge, and those things blew up on me. And luckily, I was able to find a used tire shop. I limped the car there literally, while also trying to speed run it. Barely made the car over there. Got some used tires put on. Made it back home to Roshi, my wife now, and I think still fiance at the time. And I just fell onto the bed like, oh, you have no idea what I just went through. She was like, "What are you talking about?" And I was like, "Go look outside." I was like, "Look what I finally got after trying to find one forever." And she went outside and she was like, "No way." And I was ready to pass out from the adrenaline pump of the day. But all that led to 90% of what you've seen on this channel. All thanks to this champion right here. So yeah, good freaking car. Good car. All right, after things have settled, I am very happy I did this. It's a nice little subtle, you know, get closer back to OEM fitment on this thing. It looks so much better. And the 20 mils, it's just barely poking out now. If I can squeak a bit more camber onto this thing and drop it maybe like 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch in the front, I think that'll be perfect for me. I'm no fitment guy by any means, but you know, when you get them dialed in, like this car is pretty much perfect where it's at. C36 pretty much perfect where it's at, in my opinion. This thing's got a ways to go. But yeah, like it's not far off. I just want to lower the front a little bit and try to tuck the camber in a tiny bit more, but I'm happy. All right, well, this thing now ready for some daily duties this week. I got to get it hosed off. I'll do that in my own time, not to bore you guys, but this E55 is what I've been working on behind the scenes and what I've been taking so long to just piece together and figure out. It's my first time doing, you know, a project like this, and I'm not the best wiring guy by any means, but it's something that I really tried to like hone in on to get better at throughout the years. And I feel really good about, you know, all the things that I picked up, and this project taught me a lot. We've got a bus bar coming off the battery to supply 12 volt. First going to the AMG fuse, aka mega fuse, 100 amp going to the bus bar, and then that splits off to power our relays, and then those relays are running each pump individually. And the whole reason I did this is because if you guys know the 211 chassis, you know they suffer from, you know, overheating the pumps, and specifically overheating the wiring and the relay that they use from factory. The wiring is super tiny, like 17, 18 gauge wiring. And the terminals, everything on them is just, it's kind of wimpy for what they are. This is our new assembly we're going to go with, 2 Osiris 340 liter per hour pumps, and I customized the buckets and everything to make it all good. I had to order so many different little parts. I literally had to order, you know, a China bucket assembly just to seal the filters off of, because our OEM filters were cooked. I had to order a China sending unit to be able to swap the top hat off of for the fuel sender, and I also ordered a new filter for it. So this thing is like half and half together. I'm gonna click this together so I don't forget. All right, but yeah, this thing is ready to go. I modified the inlets to be able to support the quick connects. So yeah, whole video on this whole process is coming up soon. I also Had a really cool favor done for me and my friend Gabe, who actually I helped consult on his SL600 manual swap, and kind of became buddies from there. And he ended up visiting Seattle, stopped by the house a little while ago, picked this up from me, brought it back home to him, his place, and welded up so we can do a loop fuel rail on the E55. So, and if you didn't know, the SLR uses basically a beefed up, individual variant of the 113K. So, anything off the SLR is upgraded piece in my book. And the looped fuel rail essentially helps with, equalizing the fuel for all the cylinders. You could explain it scientifically if you guys know better than I, but essentially these things have a problem with running lean on cylinder 8, and with the loop fuel rail it tends to help that or mitigate that. So that's why we'll be doing that. I'll likely order a set of 550cc injectors. I was kind of avoiding it because I have a brand new set of the later blue style ones, but it's probably better I just future-proof it with the injectors as well, just like I'm doing with the rest of the fuel system. So once I do that, then pretty much the whole fuel system is gone through, and we can move on to the other things like surge tank gaskets and supercharger gaskets that I have from Siki, the thermal gaskets. And then we'll also take care of, any maintenance we find along the way in there. And then we'll do our split cooling setup, or at least everyone from the 113K community calls it a split cooling setup. And then when I actually looked at like the routing of, those little split cooling kits that people run on the E55 and stuff with the little BMW reservoir, they're not actually fully split. It's like kind of like half split. So I don't know. It's kind of confusing the way people say that. On my COK, it's like true split. It has its own tanks, isolated fully. But on those little kits that people provide, all types of different companies, they're not really split. So we'll try to come up with something. But even the ones that are not truly split from those companies, different setups, they do help. So I might just keep it simple and do something like that in this car, because we don't have any big power goals or anything like that. I'm just trying to bulletproof it. We'll let Josh work his magic on the tune, just to, optimize and make things efficient with the stock powertrain. And yeah, that's what's going on with this thing. The E420 is patiently waiting for this to get out of the garage, because I think I have isolated why we're having our low idle issue, and it is likely because of our shifter bushings. Shout out to all the people on the 500E board. Dave specifically is such a big help. Jixar, if you guys know him, on the 500E forum, huge help. Like literally keeps the 124, 034, 036 community alive, almost single-handedly. So yeah, this car is honestly running great. I did all the maintenance on the front, ignition wise and everything. The fuel filter I learned is put on backwards. Shout out to you that emailed me and verified that with me, and then I ended up verifying after, like, oh, I did install the fuel filter backwards, but that doesn't have anything to do with our low idle. I believe it's from the shifter bushings being basically gone, non-existent, and our neutral safety switch not knowing which position it's in, which then in turn throws a limp mode and then low idle. So yeah, the car runs and drives otherwise beautifully, honestly, and we just need to get those shifter bushings in, and we'll be able to inspect everything else under there further once we have it on the lift. And I'll also take care of swapping the fuel filter in the right direction once we have it on the lift. But yeah, this thing is ready to go back in rotation. CLK is in rotation, C36 is in rotation, ML55 is in rotation, and the GL550 for my wife and son and daughter. I do need to make a video on the GL550 soon. It has a lot of maintenance that I've been sitting on that we will be taking care of once we catch some nice spring days. We're getting there. This is nice and clear right now. I'm thankful for it. And we've had some nice sunny days in the past few, but still a little ways to go before we get the reliable summer type weather. So I think that's it. I don't want to take up too much of your guys' time. I just wanted to kind of check in with you guys and explain. Videos are on the way. I just, right now, my family is always most important thing, and being a dad of two, it takes the majority of my time, and I'm happy with that. So I just kind of focus on one car at a time right now, and I work here and there throughout the night when I can. I would have been done with this a lot sooner, but waiting on the parts has been the stifle that's been slowing things down. So just because there was so much to learn, so many little terminals and things that I didn't even know the names of that I had to try to figure out, and lots of little things to learn on this project, but I'm thankful for it. And we will have the video hopefully up by the end of this week, getting this thing fired back up with the new fuel system. So yeah, hope you guys are having a good one, and thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I will catch you on the next one. Peace.
Andersen